Texting. There he is. It is, she is. Yes. To all our friends out there and perverts. Brian. Welcome back to the Mid-Sack. It is a scintillating Sunday night here. The preseason has officially or unofficially ended in the NFL. The Mets are in another.
Yes?
It has. Today's were the last games. This is it.
I thought that was the third game.
No, they don't play 4 anymore. Remember, they only play 3.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know they added a 17th game.
Well, I knew that.
Well, they took away a preseason game to do that.
So that's why some people weren't playing in this game.
Yeah.
So now they're off for 2 weeks before the season
The
starts?
season is 11 days away. Thursday night football, which will be talk about. You want to start a season off? The defending world champion Rams are going up against the Buffalo Bills, who are the favorite. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to have all the fire. You looking for a slug down? There you go.
The Buffalo Bills, who I feel like should have been in the Super Bowl.
They should have been. I thought last year. I agree with you. I thought they
know?
should have been, but they. Hey, look, if you let the Chiefs score in 13 seconds, you don't deserve. And Buffalo on paper had the better defense. I don't know how that defense fell asleep at the wheel like that, but by the way, the guy who did that's now in Miami. So the cheetah. So literally. So we're gonna go over football in segment 2. Segment 1, we're gonna start with baseball. The Mets dropped a heartbreaker. They won up. They wasted a great start by Scherzer. If I'm Scherzer, I'm throwing things off the wall right now. And live as we're speaking. We've got the Braves playing the resurgent St. Louis Cardinals, who have gone 19-6 this month, and they are making their claim as a legit contender right now. So we're going to cover baseball first. Tom is going to start with the Mets. Today was a tough one. They didn't hit. Tom, I know, watched the game. I was watching preseason football, but
right, I should have watched the Jets and the Giants.
No, but
the Mets didn't do a damn thing today.
But was it when did they actually score that one run?
Colorado?
Yeah, when did they get the one run? Was it right away? Was it the middle of the game?
6th or 7th inning.
All right, so it was 0-0. You weren't turning that off. That was you were sitting
I
there.
know, but it's just frustrating to sit there and watch nothing happen. Yeah, they got. So Scherzer had like a really tough 7th inning, and he came out to pitch that inning, I think, having already thrown 106 pitches.
Yes.
You know, he was high in pitch count, and he gave up a little squib base hit, a bunt for a hit, and I think he might have walked somebody, and all of a sudden the bases were loaded.
Yep.
But he came back, he got a strikeout, then he gave up a sac fly.
Okay, that's where the run.
That's where the run got on the board, and then he got out of it. But, man, I'm trying not to be negative because the Mets took 3 out of 4 from the Rockies.
They did take 3 out of 4 on the road, right?
No, this was.
I was in New York. Okay, I wasn't sure where it was. Okay.
So they ended their road trip with the 2 in the Bronx, where they lost both.
They lost both. Yes.
And they came back, and then on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday they beat the Rockies.
Okay.
On Saturday night, it was a great comeback win. They were down. They were down 2 in the 8th, tied it, won it in the 9th on a walk-off by Alonso.
Yeah.
And at the same time they were doing that, the Braves were losing a lead in St. Louis.
Yes.
Where Kenley Jansen blew a lead. They blew a 4-0 lead, and then Kenley Jansen blew a 5-4 lead in the 9th, and the Cardinals won on a walk-off walk. Which stinks to lose like that.
Yes, it does.
Because you're not making the other team beat you. You're beating yourself.
You're beating yourself.
So it was nice. The Mets won on a walk-off. The Braves lost on a walk-off. And then today, it just would have been nice to get that 4th win.
Yes, it would. Yeah, especially when you're right there.
And you got Scherzer on the mound.
Yeah. Conventional wisdom, you're going to get it because you've got Scherzer, and that team is Colorado's out of it. Right. I mean, so I mean that's and they don't now. Do you know off the top of your head how many runners they left in scoring position? Meaning they being the Mets? Okay.
No, they didn't leave a lot in scoring position. They only had 3 hits.
Who was pitching for Colorado? They only
Nobody.
had 3 hits.
His name was Marquez. He's 7-10 with a 4.97 ERA.
And he held that lineup to 3 hits
and no runs.
Wow.
He's got a 5 ERA.
After today.
That's correct.
Crazy. That is
and the
crazy.
thing is, and the Mets announcers were talking about it in game about how his fastball, MLB hitters have the highest on-base percentage plus slugging percentage against his fastball.
Really?
And the Mets just,
wow,
they couldn't hit him today.
That's crazy.
So, but at the same time, I'm trying not to be negative because they took 3 of 4.
Yeah.
And Keith Hernandez was talking about it. He was like, it is really difficult to sweep a 4-game series.
Of course it is.
I think they said the last time the Mets did it was a couple of years ago.
It's very hard to do, even if you're a good team. Because, I mean, you've beaten a team 4 times in 4 consecutive days, mind you.
Yeah.
No, that's very difficult to do, regardless of who the opponent is.
Yeah.
Because at some point, that other team has some pride and goes,
right.
We're not going to lose 4 in a row. I don't give a shit.
Well, you know, then I started looking down the scores from today.
Yeah.
Yankees lost their 2nd in a row to Oakland.
They did.
Okay.
Yes, they did.
The Phillies really can't afford to be losing right now, even though it seems like they're going to be in the wild card for like no matter what.
Yeah.
But their positioning could get messed up if they don't keep winning.
Yeah.
They lost 5-0 to the Pirates.
That's
Okay.
not good.
The Padres lost 7-15.
I saw that.
To the Royals.
I saw the Royals.
Okay. White Sox lost to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
White Sox can't be losing right now.
The White Sox are fading, actually. They're now, actually, somebody jumped them. The Twins are now ahead of them.
Yeah,
The Twins can come out of nowhere. The Twins are now in 1.5 game back of actually 3 back
Of that division.
of the wild card, as well as the division.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore's a game and a half out right now in the AL. It's the it's the Tampa Bay, the Mariners, and Toronto would all be in if the season ended today, and Baltimore is a game and a half back. So the Baltimore's not going away, and now here come the Twins.
Yeah.
Of all, yeah. So I mean,
But the reason I was looking up those scores and seeing
perspective.
The Phillies lost to the Pirates, the Yankees lost to the A's. It's like
it happens.
It's the type of game it is.
Yeah.
Like even the worst team in the league will win 62 times.
Yeah, they will. They will.
If you lose 100 games, you still won 62.
Yeah.
There's not many other games like that.
There isn't any other games like that.
Where
there isn't.
Where
I don't know what
that many times bad teams can win.
I don't know what the soccer seasons are, but I think it's baseball, and then it's the NBA and the NHL in terms of the longevity of a season. I don't know. I can't imagine another sport that has a season that long. I don't think soccer does either. I think
But I mean, if you did it proportionally, would it look like that in football and basketball and hockey, or no? You know what I'm saying?
It's very hard to beat anybody 4 times in a row.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I was talking about
what?
Bad teams winning 60 games. Like that's the equivalent. So 60.
So what's that?
Is the equivalent of more than 1/3.
30, more than 1/3. So I would say in basketball, I know basketball more than I know hockey.
All right, so that'd be like a bad basketball team winning 20 games.
That's kind of So they still win 20. It is similar. It does even out.
What about football? Bad team.
Well, you've had teams go 0-7. You've had 3 or 4 teams never win a game in a season.
That's true. That's true.
In my lifetime, I've seen that.
But also, you've had bad teams that win
3 or 4 games.
4 games.
Yeah,
and that's
25%.
A little less than.
If it's
less.
If you've got 17 games to win 30% of those games, you'd have to win like 6 games.
Right.
Which 6 and 11 or something. So which is not god awful because there'll be a team that'll win 3.
Yeah.
Or 4.
So like the worst team in the league though is
probably going to win 3 or 4 games.
Nah.
I'll bet you
worst
this year.
Worst team in the league too.
There have been teams that have won 2, also. But
Detroit
and the Jets were the worst teams last year. Detroit won 3. There was 3. What were they? 3, 13, and 1. They had a tie in there. They tied Pittsburgh. I remember that game too. They tied Pittsburgh. I looked at Brian like, "What? You tied Detroit of all the?"
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then the Jets I think won 4 games. So no, look, but baseball, to your point, if you play 162 games. Even the worst team can still win 62 games.
Yeah.
They can. And so what do you say to that? And the other thing is when you play that many games, you're bound to have a letdown. Look, I don't know anyone that can be motivated for 162 games of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know a human being. I've never even heard of a human being. Yeah.
Especially against teams that stink.
Yeah. Because if you've played them up teen times, say you play a team 14 times in a season in baseball, that can happen.
Well, and you've already 19.
All right, 19, even better, 19, and you've beaten them 15. Well, I mean, what? What are you gonna do? You got to jump it down their throat because they went 15-4 against them during the season? No, you're not going to do that because you're off your rocker to do that. So
I think that's what they went against the Phillies. Or no, they might have went 14-5 against the Phillies.
Yeah. So I mean,
Mets, that is.
The Mets did, yeah, against the quality team. So I mean, look, I mean, you know, I've always said that the hardest part of baseball is how long it is.
Right. It's
just very long.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon. It's truly a marathon.
It's almost like you can never feel like, oh, it's almost over, because it's
never
not.
almost over. I mean, there's still 5 weeks left, 4 weeks left.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to what, like October 3rd?
I think it's October.
Regular season.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Around there.
Somewhere like the first weekend of October, whatever it is.
So
yeah, so I
it's
mean,
like, yeah, summer's over. You still got a month left.
Still got a month to go. And I mean, if you look at what the Dodgers are doing right now, where they just look like they're from another planet all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're house on fire.
They're on fire. They're 50 games over 500 now. They won 10-3 or something.
Yeah,
whatever it was today.
88-38.
That's insane. I mean, and they've lost 38 times.
God,
it doesn't feel like they've lost 10 games.
No.
They've lost 38.
But my God, that is dominance. That is absolutely
They
dominance.
are right now a cut above everybody. Doesn't mean they can't be beat. I think they can be beat.
I can't believe the Mets split with them.
I can, because I think the Mets are one of the 2 or 3 teams I think can beat them.
I know, but my God, they're... Okay, so the Mets are...
But the Mets have the Braves in their division.
The Mets are 35
and the next best
over.
team, but the next best team in the Dodgers division is not the Braves.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So that the Mets are 34
or whatever
they are.
That's why
over.
I think the Dodgers are going to lose to the Braves in the playoffs.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
I'm calling that now.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit. If you watch what the Cardinals have been doing over the past month, the Cardinals wouldn't shock me either.
No.
They're on fire.
Cardinals can't compete with the Dodgers.
They're the second hottest team in baseball behind the Dodgers.
They can't compete with them, I promise.
Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. But right now what I see is they're the second hottest team.
You're right. They are winning a lot of games.
They're winning.
But I'm telling you,
momentum's a funny thing, boys and girls.
But the Dodgers have just as much.
The Dodgers haven't hit a slump.
Exactly.
Have they had a slump this year? Tell me again. Give me a stretch where they lost 3 in a row. If there is one.
No, I
don't think there is one, right?
Yeah.
Give me a stretch where they went 4-6 in a 10-game. Give me that stretch. When did that happen? I don't even know. If it did, it was early, because they have been inhuman for the past 6-7 weeks. So, and I don't see any signs of them slowing down, because I think they're getting healthy, which is even scarier. But I still think
the Dodgers.
Yeah,
they keep getting pitchers back.
They're getting healthy, which is the scary thing. But the thing is, I know in baseball, if you got pitching, frontline quality pitching, you can beat anybody, regardless of what they're doing in the rest of the season. And there are teams out there like that. His team is one of them. So, I mean, I'm telling you, this is setting up for a very, very exciting playoff. There's a lot of good teams in this baseball playoff. There are going to be. And the matchups are going to be very interesting. And my team's is out of this thing, which I predicted. But even without the Red Sox in it, there's going to be a lot of good baseball to watch in October. And you'd be a fool not to look. If you like competition, you are going to get it this October in the Fall Classic. You are going to get it.
I found it.
What is it?
So the Dodgers lost 4 games in a row.
When?
In May. So they lost to the Pirates, then they lost 3 straight to the Phillies. That's right. That's when the Phillies went out into L.A. and won 3 or 4.
And the Phillies will be in the playoffs, most likely, barring a nosedive.
The Phillies are getting healthy too.
Now, who do the Mets have coming? What's up next for the Mets this week?
The Dodgers.
There you go. Are they coming east or are they going west?
They're coming to New York for 3.
Oh, I'm surprised you aren't more excited about this.
Actually, is it 2?
It better be 3.
I think it's 3.
It's got to be 3. They're coming from there. They got to be 3.
Shit, I switched the teams up.
And Scherzer went today, so he won't pitch in that series then. Most likely, right? Unless they have a day. They have Monday off? When do they start the series?
Tuesday.
So there's
probably look at the schedule.
Maybe. It's a maybe.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't think Scherzer's going to pitch.
Probably won't pitch in that series.
It's going to be Taijuan Walker, DeGrom.
Okay.
And then I don't know who's going to... DeGrom might be the last one in that.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah, he had a nice outing the other night too, when they won 3-1. He did well again on 6 innings. So they still ratcheting him up. He had another great performance. 9 strikeouts, I think he had.
Who?
DeGrom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a hell of a good job the other night. I think it was Saturday night.
So Taijuan Walker's going in the first game.
Yep.
DeGrom in the second game. And I'm not sure about the Thoid.
Who?
The Thoid game.
Oh,
Bassett.
All right. So just so you know, here your updated wild card standings, because we know who's what right now in the AL. It's Tampa, Seattle, and Toronto holding down those spots. Baltimore is a game and a half out. Minnesota Twins have come out of nowhere. They are now 3 games back. Chicago's fading fast. They're 6 back. And your lowly, miserable, depressing shit sucks are sinking fast in the Titanic. In the NL, Braves has that locked up. They're 9.5 away from the next closest. Phillies are 2 up. The Padres are hanging on here somehow. Milwaukee is a game and a half back of them for the final playoff spot out west. So
Milwaukee's a game and a half
back of San Diego for the last wild card spot.
San Diego is really not playing.
They are not playing to there at all. And I know they're missing one big bat. But one big bat shouldn't be doing this. They got a lot of.
Well, especially not after what they already had and what they added on to.
Yeah, they added other pieces.
I mean,
besides him,
Soto.
Yeah.
Drury. Mm-hmm. Who was the other hitter they got?
I don't know, but they're loaded.
Soto, Drury. They got Josh Hader, the closer.
Yeah.
He fell apart. He lost the closing role out there.
San Diego is only 5-5 in their last 10 games. The Dodgers, who are off this planet good right now, 7-3. St. Louis Cardinals 7-3 last 10. They're the 2 hottest teams in the NL. Mets are 6-4. Braves are also hot, 7-3. Philly is 7-3 despite the loss today. There's a lot of teams getting good at the right time in the National League. AL, it's the Rays who have been 7-3, and really that's it in the AL. Everybody else has kind of been status quo. Baltimore 6-4, Toronto 6-4, Seattle 6-4, Houston 6-4. So look, I mean, we talked about this, but now you're starting to see, and this series coming up could be the NL Championship Series preview.
Could be.
Very well could be. If I were laying money down on this tomorrow, those would be the 2 teams I'd bet on getting there. So
here's the other thing, though. If Atlanta somehow overtakes the Mets, which is possible.
Sure.
I think the Mets will hold on, but that's possible. Then the Mets could face the Dodgers in the divisional round. That would be
very
a heck of a series.
If I'm the Dodgers, I don't want to face either of those 2
Well, because that's a 5-game series.
Yeah, it's a shorter series.
So
pitching
really is. We match up well in a 5-game series.
You do, very well.
But so do the freaking Dodgers. I mean, my God.
The Dodgers don't have a weakness.
Dude, the guy Gonsolin, I think he's 16-1.
Yeah,
they got another guy that's
they got studs.
13-2.
I mean, if you look at they've got
Ian Anderson or something.
If you look at their pitching,
dude, and the top 3 batters in their lineup is the best 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, if you go to
in baseball,
their pitching staff, they've got one guy Gosselin 16-1.
Gosselin. And what's his ERA? His ERA is nothing.
His ERA is nothing either. Where is it? Gosselin's ERA is 2.1. By the way, there are 3 other guys in that pitching staff that have ERAs of 2 point something besides him. 3 others. Actually, 4 others. 4 other guys that have an ERA of 2 something in that bullpen or his other starters. That's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, then you talk what his point about the damn lineup. They have the best front 3 in baseball, probably.
Betts,
yeah.
Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner.
Yeah, they are as good as anybody, if not better, than anybody else in baseball.
Like, you have to hold those 3 guys down. Yeah. And then the bottom of their lineup is good, too.
Yep.
It just doesn't have the big names. But, like, Will Smith, their catcher, he's a really good hitting catcher.
Yeah. And their closer has 21 saves. Not that they needed it, but they even have a pretty good closer. Kimbrel. Gee, where have I heard that name before? Gee, I thought he was done. Thought he wasn't worth the money. We'll get into that rant in a minute. Anyway.
And look at this. So when you look at ERA leaders, okay, in the majors. Yeah. So Gonsolin is the Dodgers, right? He's number 2.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6, Urias. He's on the Dodgers as well at 2.32.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Him, and then you have Anderson.
Then you go down to Anderson. 2.69.
Yeah, I said this is what they've got. And Clayton Kershaw, who no one's talking about, has a 2.64. Who no one's talking about him.
Crazy.
It's just they're stacked. They're stacked. I mean, look, I mean, and they haven't. They'll spend the money, and they're spending the money wisely. I'll just cherry pick off the Red Sox, get the Red Sox closer, get the Red Sox leadoff hitter, and you're in business. Okay, which is essentially what they've done. John the dickhead Henry. Okay.
Okay.
Which leads me into our closing part of the baseball segment tonight. What the fuck is wrong with you, John Henry? Okay, do the world a favor. Do Red Sox Nation a favor. Go away and die.
Yeah, shred him.
Okay, because honestly, you're not going to pull a Florida in Boston and get away with it. You're just not. And Lou Maloney was just the first of many talking heads that's going to be up your ass with a microscope as the season closes out. The Red Sox, ladies and gentlemen, lost again. Up the a-hole with a micro.
With the micro.
With the micro and no lube.
What are we looking for?
No lube.
With the microscope, what are we looking for?
We're looking for a GM with a clue and an owner with a pulse. Okay?
I thought you were saying his head was up there. You had to go in there with the microscope.
We'll have to move his head to the side to get past that and pull that out. I mean, look they got bum blasted today again, 12-4. To stop me, you've heard this before. The Devil Rays.
Devil Rays. What is this? 2004?
I don't know, man, but
the Rays.
They are now 7 back of the final
Rays.
wild card spot. The Rays, whatever, Blue Rays, Devil Rays, any
I
Rays.
wonder if they took the devil out because religious people got upset. Do you think?
Woke culture, this woke group of people, these
that
woke
would
people,
not be woke culture.
Whatever it is. I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
That would be the people that normally hate woke culture.
Okay. Well, whoever it is, you're off your fucking rocker anyway. Okay, because honestly, words don't hurt, actions hurt. Okay, or actions heal.
Oh, words hurt sometimes.
Only if you're a sensitive Sally like these dickheads who we don't put devils in the Devil Ray. Oh no, we're all going to hell. Stop it. Okay, it's just the whole thing. The whole thing is stupid. All right, now we have games. Hey, guess what? Now we have names like the Guardians and the Commanders. These other lousy ass, rotten names. I feel bad for those fan bases, by the way. Just a joke. So anyway, John Henry, 6th highest payroll in baseball. Where is this money going? Honestly, because I know that your ace there who gets hurt getting out of bed isn't taking up all of it. And he'd probably be willing to give some of it back at this point. He's even admitted he's snake bit. But the bottom line is, John Henry, you need to go away. Because honestly, you're tapped out. Let's be honest here. You can't. You're just throwing money at it, and you're leaving it up to people that are not obviously qualified to do this. You never should have let Theo leave. You should have paid him anything you could to keep him. And maybe he was going to leave no matter what, but you should have. I mean, you should have tried. But look this is a joke. They've lost 3 of their 4 nucleus. They're all on other teams going to the playoffs. The only guy we have left really is Devers, and what's his name there, Cooper, and and you're probably not going to sign them, you cheap fuck, because you've already got it tied up in other people that don't matter or don't count or can't produce. Whatever it is, okay. When you have the 6th highest payroll in baseball and the 5 teams in front of you are all in the playoffs, you need to be in the playoffs. Okay, and losing one starter shouldn't derail you. Not with that kind of money. No, you just didn't go out the trade deadline and do what you had to do. You never got a closer. Lou Maloney literally said what I said. No closer. No other front line help. Not another bat line. In fact, you got rid of a really good bat to bring in an above-average bat, which didn't solve that problem. It just created another one. So, I mean, this is a joke. This is an absolute joke. The fan base up there, look at Red Sox. I told you this a month ago. Don't go. Make that stadium. I want that stadium emptier than the one I was in last month when we went up for his birthday to see the Mets play the listless Nationals. I want Fenway Park emptier than that. Okay? That's what I want over the next 4 weeks. Red Sox Nation, I'm calling you. You want to see change? Hit this guy in the wallet and then see how fast things change. Stop going. Dude, and what they love about Boston fan bases, they will do that.
Right, but looking at it now, they should have made some trades.
They should have made trades.
Because if you're not going to go for it, like, they made a couple trades that almost, like when they brought in Tommy Pham, like, what was that about? That guy's a utility player.
I have no idea.
You might as well have traded J.D. Martinez. You probably could have gotten something for him.
What, though?
Something better than what's on the field now.
Well, the problem is he's one of your best players. And honestly...
But he's old.
He's a hitter. He can be a DH for the next 5 years.
Nah, you don't want that.
Why not? Why not? We've had some pretty decent DHs in Fenway Park.
Okay.
David Ortiz.
Yeah, he's not them.
No, but he's good. He's a perennial 300 hitter who hits 30 home runs a year. He's good.
That's what I feel.
He's in the ballpark.
But my thing is, like, I feel like he's good enough to recoup some talent
Well,
and
they didn't make that deal either. They didn't do anything. And the thing is, at the trade deadline, they were like one game wherever they were.
That's what I'm saying.
They were in it. So why would you? If you're one game out or one game, why would you not try to win it? So
that's what I'm saying. You got to go one way or the other at the trade deadline.
Not just
if you just stay still. What does that signal to the team?
I told you he is detached from this. In his mind, he's done what he set out to do. He's brought a championship back to Fenway, ended the curse. Okay, he got over he's done what he set out to do. He's tapped out. He's a billionaire with a lot of. He's in a lot of different things. He's in a lot of different circles, doing a lot of different things. He's got a professional soccer team over in Europe. It seems to me he's more into that than he is this. Okay, and he's tapped out. And if he's tapped out, fine, sell the fucking team. Put an owner in here that is gonna look at this and realize that I have the 6th highest payroll. What the fuck is going on here? And do something about it, like now. Because the sad thing is, this thing isn't over yet. You're not mathematically eliminated. I mean, you got to leapfrog 8 teams now because you fell asleep at the wheel. But the bottom line is, you got to do something, because you can't go into next season like this. You better have 2 aces by the start of next season. And a closer. Or you're gonna have a problem. Okay, it's called Red Sox. What's that? They're no hitting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're Atlanta.
Into the 6th.
Yeah, they're Atlanta. So I mean, in any event, that's my rant on the shit Sox. Yeah. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Football segment 2. You guys get a beverage. It is, what do we call it? Scintillating Sunday here in the section. We are 11 days from the NFL season. We're going to talk NFL when we get back. His team was in a Donnybrook today with the Jets in MetLife. Some interesting things to take out of that game. Pittsburgh Steelers have a serious quarterback battle going on that did not end today. Okay? And we'll get you updated on the Patriots, and we'll do a little brief look around the landscape, little preview when we get back. So grab a frosty beverage. We'll see you guys on the other side.